Hi, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and I'm going to show you a few card shapes today that you can, or card folds more generally, that you can use and make yourself on canvas. So I'm going to start with a half aperture. There we go. So the first thing we need to do is shape this. You've got to take off your maintained aspect ratio, and you want 11 width and 5.5 wide. So the way you have to do it is that the height is half of the width, or the other way around, the width is double the height. And then we've got to find our halfway point. I'm just going to move that over there a minute, because I want to put these, before I start, on the X and Y axis to 0. So they're on 0 right now. Now, we grab the path tool. We need to do our score line. Grab the path tool, click, hold shift, and come straight down. There we go. And before we carry on, if I just make sure that is in the middle, because that will be the halfway point. Now you can change that to a score line. Now we need another one. So again, click, hold shift, straight down, and double click. We need it at 275, because that's half of 5.5, 2 3/4. So we are going to, oh, there we go, and then just down 1. So we know now that that is in the half place there. So again, we can change it to a score line. So we've got our 2 folds. Now what we need, we are going to duplicate, because we need another circle later. And we need to put this on the halfway line. If I get closer, I can show you the easiest way to do this. That is the halfway line. So if it is sitting on the score line, then we're okay. Now, if you want it through the middle, the other way, click the square, hold shift, click the circle, and do this alignment through the center. And now you know it's in the middle of the card. You can do it a bit smaller if you like. So now, because you don't want the whole circle to cut out, we only want to cut out half the circle. So when it folds, this bit of the circle pops out of the card. So to do that, if we click on it again, you want to click on this one here, and click Open Outline, just here. And then it's still clicked on that, minus, it deletes the point. And there you have your half circle, so you click off. So display, zoom to matte size to come back out again. And we are going to group all that so it doesn't move. In the meantime, you've got a circle exactly the same size. So you can either do one exactly the same size, or you can start using that for your layers. Offset. You want it to go inward. And 0.08 or 12 is usually about right. 12 leads a bit of a bigger one, but then however many layers you want to do, you just keep clicking offset, OK, offset, OK, and it will go down by 12 each time, and you do as many layers as you like. So you've got the layers for that as well. If you want a layer for this, you know it's a 5.5 square, so you just grab the square, go to the size and click back on maintain aspect ratio, and 5.5 is the exact size, like that. So just again offset and do your layers the same way as I've shown you with the circle. If you want one for here, that is 5.5 by 2 3/4, so you get the rectangle. So it's all very simply done. Okay, so that's the first shape, nice and quick. I am going to get rid of it. So lots of people like doing an easel card. You don't have a lot of room on a 12 by 12 mat. So I'm just going to, actually I'm going to show you something a lot easier. For an easel card, actually if I just, no. I am just going to delete that shape so that I can show you this is it. You're just turning it round that way. So you fold it there and then you fold in there, and then you just need a stopper down here, and then use your square as the topper that you only stick in the bottom part. That is the basic easel card. So it's again the same thing again. Shaped card. Okay. First of all, I'll show you with some shapes. So let's choose a heart. And let's make it a bit more interesting. We'll have a nice big heart. So we'll do that at 6. And then we'll have these two at, let's try 4.5. And these two will tilt a little bit. And then we're going to go we are going to duplicate, because we need them all for sizing later on. And then we are going to pick them all, make sure that they're all evenly along the bottom. Everything else is even because I've put the line. Is that one more? There we go. So they're on the line. So we know that that's even anyway. And then we're going to weld. And it might not look like 3 hearts. So now, do you want it opening out or tenfold? I'm going to do it like tenfold, which is easily layer, duplicate and flip. And then we are going to get them and make sure they align down the center. And then it depends how much you want joining. I think that will do. You only want to grab them two and weld again. And then you need your fold line through the middle. So that's the path tool. Click, shift, straight across, double click. Change it to a path tool, and there's, change it to a score line. And there you have it. And then you've got the hearts that match perfectly, and you can layer them down. And that will be just a nice, let's colour it so I can show you. So let's say this one is, Let's do a white base. And then we want this whole thing sent to the back, but grouped as well, so that we've got the score line in the right place. And then this one, we will do offset, inward, okay. So we can put that to the side. I just like it to be layered. And this one as well. It's all done, so that's that one. And obviously this one. Okay, so we'll do the two outside ones a nice deep red. Didn't think so. Let's do a bright red then. Let's do this one gold. Send backward. Send backward. So you can see, I mean, it would look lovely with pattern paper, I think. I'm just using solid colour just to show you how it would look once you start adding layers. So that's another idea, just making up shapes with the shapes you've already got. Or, I'm sure you've all got SGV files. Let's just get rid of that. I get a lot of mine from a place called Craft Shop, and obviously this one is very popular right now. So they give you all the layers. Okay. So that's all the other layers, and this is the base layer. Now the base layer is, I would say, the one you need, but what you need to do first is offset it and bring it out a little bit, so it's outward, not inward. Click OK, because you still need an outline. So this is where you're going to make your card from, and the rest of it is the cutout for Yoda in the right colours. I'm going to move all that out of the way, and I will group it so it's all together. So this is the card you'll be doing now. It's too big, so if we put it together and look at the size of it, so the width has to be, actually you could make it this big. Let me do it that way so that you can see. So we'll keep it this big. You can make, again, tenfold or side by side. I'll do this one side by side and I'll show you. This one's going to be easier if you do cut out two and stick one of the ears to about there, so that it to about there, so that you can still open it. That is going to be the easiest thing with that. If you give yourself, again, a line where you want it to click, hold shift and come straight down. Don't know why it doesn't want to come straight down. There we go. Change it to a score line, and that is where you would stick it. You only need it on the front part. And then of course you'd cut all this out in the right way and you'd have a shaped Yoda card. So that's two different shaped type cards. I'm trying to think what else you would want to know. Okay, so let's do a very popular shape right now. I'm going to unattach that again. So this time we're going to do the same card. I'll have to do it again rather than keep going back. So 11 by 5.5. Oh, wrong one. No, it doesn't matter. And then we need one that's 11 by, I want to do 1 3/4, maybe 2 actually. I'm going to do 2. Okay. So first of all, make sure these are aligned and in the exact right place. And again, you've got to do your score lines. So what we're going to do is move it up to the 0 again. I forgot about that bit. Okay, so they're both starting on the 0. Score line for the center doesn't matter. Path tool again. Because what we can do there is get them all and make sure they're all going down the center. And then we need one for halfway in between that. So, big thing. And we want them on the 275 axis. So let's just change the numbers, that would be easier. And then we'll click on that one and do the same thing. Okay, and now we want to change them all to score lines. So from that one to that one. And there we go. Let's group each separate bit. Layer group. And then, oh, didn't need to do that. That one, we are going to flip horizontally. And that is the Z-fold card where you stick an extra piece on going the opposite direction. That is what that one is. Again, if you want the layers, this is a square and they are 5.5 by 2 3/4. These are 2 inches, but then the measurements are the same, 2 3/4, 5.5. So that's a Z-fold card. I think that's enough for now before I overwhelm you with too many folds, and I hope that helped and you can have a bit of fun with them. Apologies for missing this bit out, guys, but you don't need because you want this bit top. Because it's a dotted line, you can't go over it with another shape and weld it. So what you actually have to do, once I get on there, is resize it to there, layer duplicate, and bring that one down to here, and make sure it's on the right XY. Spot on. So There we go. It looks like that needs to come down a little bit. There we go. So now it's spot on. Sorry I missed that out for you guys. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.